Today's story is about a man whose career was cut short before he could truly make a significant impact in the music industry. Today's story is about one of the greatest pianists of all time who is very unappreciated. Today's story is all about Billy Stewart. Now, before we get started in today's video, please be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. William Larry Stewart II was born on March 24, 1937 in Washington, D.C. to William Stewart and Amanda Ruffin. William, he is the oldest of four, including Johnny, James, and Frank. They will all come from a church-going family who was constantly there. Billy, he learned at a young age that he was a gifted musician who could sing, play the drums, and he would learn how to play the piano from his mother. Now in reality, all four Stewart brothers was amazingly skilled, as their mother would find a gospel group surrounded by her four boys called the Four Stewart Brothers. The siblings, they would have their own local show on WUST for 5 years, which aired every Sunday. Billy, he would graduate from Armstrong High School in 1954, and after high school, he would switch from singing gospel to secular music. He made this transition by stepping in for a local group named the Rainbows, which included a young Don Covey. During his time stepping in for the group, he would meet an up-and-coming vocalist named Marvin Gaye. Billy, he would meet Bo Diddley one night while playing the piano. Diddley, he was quite pleased by Billy, and he offered him to join his backup band. Now after accepting Bo's offer, he would relocate to Chicago, and by 1955, his work with Diddley had resulted into a solo deal with Chess Records. Billy, he would record the song Billy Blues in 1956 that included Bo Diddley on guitar. Now despite not charting, this song was a massive hit in Los Angeles. Billy's initial stint at Chess didn't last long, as his contract expired in 1957 when he was signed with OK Records. He would score two significant singles at OK titled Baby You My Only Love and Billy's Heartache. Now this track was backed by the Marquise that featured Marvin Gaye. By 1960, Billy, he found his way back at Chess Records, where he started to work with Chess A&R and producer Billy Davis. In 1962, he would release the singles Reap What You Sow
It's over and over and over. I told you
and Fat Boy.
You see, fat boy, that's me. Another man is back in town.
Now this song gave him the nickname Fat Boy that he would wear throughout the rest of his career. He also released the singles True Fine Lovin',
Darling, I want you to understand that I wanted to be your love.
and Wedding Bells that same year.
Hear the choir singing, and don't you know I said I hear them singing so loud and clear.
The very next year, he released a single Strange Feeling that was another chart-topping hit.
I have lived my life, my life.
After this smash hit, things was calm until 1965, where his career took off with his hit song, I Do Love You.
Yes, I do. I do love.
This track was vocally backed up by Billy's younger brother Johnny, and another hit single by Billy was released titled Sitting in the Park. Billy, he made himself very unique by an uncommon improvisational method that included doubling up, scattering his phrases, and twiddling his lips. In 1966, he released his debut LP titled Unbelievable, which included the top 10 song Summertime.
Summertime, and the living is easy.
That same year, he released another hit titled Secret Love. Now, throughout the remainder of the 60s, he released 4 charted singles with Every Day I Have the Blues,
Every day I have the blues.
Cross My Heart,
Cross my heart that I love her.
Why Do I Love You So,
Why do I love you so much?
and Tell Me the Truth.
You don't know the way you make.
Now, Billy, he struggled with weight throughout his whole career, which intensified when he contracted diabetes. In 1969, he was involved in a motorcycle accident, and most people believe his weight was a contributing factor to this. Now, in January of 1970, just 3 months before his 33rd birthday, Billy, he was involved in a car accident with his Ford Thunderbird that he was driving, which he had purchased just 12 days before, collided with a bridge abutment, and Billy and his 3 passengers, who was members of his band named Norman Rich, William Cathy, and Rico Hightower, were all ejected from the car on impact, and it was thrown into the river, killing them all instantly. Billy, he was only 32 at the time of his death, and his wife Sarah would file a lawsuit against Ford Motor Company on the behalf of his estate, alleging that the technical malfunction was to blame for the mishap. The first trial was won by Ford, but it was soon overturned after the family filed an appeal. The trial judge's refusal to issue the requested jury instructions was an error, prompting Ford to settle out of court. Stewart's his music became hugely popular in the Latino community during the late 70s to the early 80s. Now, Billy was inducted into the Washington Era Musical Association Hall of Fame in 2002. His hit song Summertime was included in the Quentin Tarantino film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 2019. Now, personally, I feel like Billy Stewart should be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, although his catalog isn't huge due to his premature death, but the quality in his songs should take precedence over the number. I absolutely believe they can make an exception, as they did for Otis Redding and Buddy Holly.